But if you have more of a balance between men and women decision makers, then both will assume the responsibility to ensure that the decisions will also take into account the gender factor. I think that is a core difference. If you have no women taking part in decisions on, for example, the development of kindergartens or social welfare, then the outcome will look one way. But if you have men and women who do that together, then you get a very different outcome, which is of course much more positive for those who are then concerned by the decisions and who will have to live by them and who will see the consequences by them. So you get a richer, better society by having both men and women involved in decision making. We have, together with our friends at UN Women, worked out a program to really support a higher level of women's political participation in Moldova. It is still under preparation between us and with SIDA, but when this program will be launched, you will see a multiple of efforts to support the country to increase the political participation of women, both at the national level and at the local level. And I hope that that will assist in this movement towards establishing a little bit more of a balance in decision making in politics here. Many strong women from the rural areas. I have met many of your female mayors, and I see how much they work and fight for their citizens. I see how many of them get re-elected when they deliver what they have promised the citizens, which is actually better service at the local level. And that is, of course, I think a very clear sign of what women in politics can do. I think, as what has been said here before, that is actually the best ground to start a political career, because then you really begin to understand how politics works, and it gives you the platform to be able then to take the next few steps. And I think, but what you also see in the countryside is, of course, there's many of the young people have left, and I think you have a larger amount of elderly women in the countryside than should have been the case had not so many people emigrated. And that puts, of course, a special strain on them when it comes to trying to keep the social web and the villages and the families together with all the tasks that I think that we all know that they have. Here, of course, in a larger city like Chisinau, you have job opportunities, you have good schools, you have more opportunities. So I think there is a difference. I think I see a change. I think I see more awareness of the need for more of a focus on the rights of women. I think I see more young women who take that space and who want to take that space. And I see, the more I learn about the country, the more I see how many really skilled women you have here. Business, in government, in politics, in civil society. But what gives me true encouragement is when I meet the very young women, those who are 16 to 20, and I do that often in various programs, and I see how they look upon themselves, upon their country, and upon the future of them in their country and with their country. And I do not think that was really there in the same way 3.5 years ago. We have developed a few mentorship programs. I think all of us who sit here, we know about them and we have been part of them one way or the other. And you see a large group of young women who really want to be part of the democratic European Moldova. And I think that is something to be treasured and something to be carried forward by the country and its politicians to ensure that the country will become what it is supposed to be.